So there's a couple of different types of chords we're going to look at today. There's lots of chords out there, and once you've got a system for figuring out how to play them, it's really quite easy. But I want to start off with just 3 different types of chords for you, and these 3 different types of chords are all going to be within the song that we're going to focus at within this certificate. So here's the first type of chord that we're going to look at, and it's just a major chord. Now, if you've got a major chord, the way that you recognize it's a major chord is it won't have anything after it. It'll just be the note name by itself. So, for example, this is the chord C, and this is the chord F, and this is the chord B flat, and this is the chord G. So you might be wondering, how do you differentiate between when we're talking about a note by itself and when we're talking about a chord? And that all depends on how it's written on the page. If it's written within the stave, which you're going to learn about, it's going to be a note. But if it's written above the stave, or if you find this on guitartabs.com or something, you're going to be talking about chords when you see this. So if you see these things, you're just going to know that they're chords. So that's the first type of chord. That's a major chord. So now another type of chord is a minor chord. Now the way we recognize a minor chord is because it's going to have the note name followed by a little n. So for example, this is a D minor chord. This is a G minor chord. And this is a B minor chord. So that's how the minor chords work. Sometimes you see a little minus sign as well, which can mean minor chord as well. So you sometimes see this as a C minor chord, or this as an A minor chord, but generally we like to stick to that M. I prefer to stick to that anyway. It's a more widely used way of writing chords, and it just seems to make a lot of sense as a reader to just read that on the fly. So let's stick to little m for minor, but just if you do come across that negative sign, you now know what it means. Now here's another one we're going to do, and these are called slash chords. So a slash chord will be either, well, it'll be any type of chord, but for the moment, a major or a minor chord, then it'll be a slash, and then it'll have a single note. So for example, this is a C on E chord. And this is a G minor on B flat chord. And this is an A minor on C chord. So with these slash chords, you're always going to notice that the bottom number is never going to be a chord. It's going to be a single note, and the top chord can be anything. And what this means, these slash chords, is we play the actual chord in our right hand, and in our left hand we're going to play whatever is the slashed note. So for example, in this example, if you've got a G on B chord, it would be a G major chord in the right hand and the single note B in the left hand. Think of it like a fraction. So you've got whatever the chord is in your right hand on top of whatever note is in the left hand. Anyway, so now you know how to recognize slash chords, and we'll see you in the next video lesson.